Alright guys, now when it comes to NHL, almost all the players for the most part feel very similar, and especially when it comes to skating. We really just look at their skating stats and then determine if they're going to be fast or not. But my man Daddy Padre, who's been around the pro competitive community for a decade essentially, he's been a part of the GWC last year as the St. Louis Blues representative, he is always someone that goes way in depth when it comes to his players and his teams. And he found something that could be really interesting. And it poses the question, do custom skating strides make these players faster in Hockey Ultimate Team? So we were talking earlier today, and he had mentioned that he went through almost all of the top end players in the game to see who has a custom skating stride, to see if maybe that does play an impact in the game. So he was able to find 4 NHLers among the top players in the game that have a custom skating stride. So if you go to the online roster, make sure you have the most up-to-date roster, and then go in to edit player, you will go and you can go ahead and see all of the custom skating strides or any of the skating strides and shooting styles as well. So if we take Hampus Lindholm, for example, if you go down to behavior, and then you can see shot and skating. So if you go to skating, you will see he's 50 out of 99, hustle style 1. Everything is basically generic. This is the same for almost every player in this game, except for 4. And what's funny about these 4 is they've all felt extremely good in-game this year, which was odd, because I'll start off with one of the more interesting ones, Nathan Mckinnon. I've said since the beginning of this game that Nathan McKinnon cards have never really felt good to me. He's always been one of the higher skating attribute players, but he's never felt like that. However, this year, something seems different. And I will also give you this detail. When I was in Orlando at the Tampa Bay Lightning LAN event for the esports tournament they had, I hung out with Eichel, and he said the same thing. He had never liked Nathan McKinnon, but something this year. And when you go and look, he has a custom skating stride, hustle style 2, and everything is different. So when you use him, it's awfully different. Now again, does this actually mean in-game that they are faster? I don't really know, to be honest. I don't think so. However, it is different than every other player in the game. The other players that have the custom skating strides is Connor Mcdavid. So Connor Mcdavid, if you go down to behavior, who has always felt better than his stats indicate, even though he's basically 99 everything, he's got style 2 and a little bit of a different upper body twist, the hustle arm snap. You see some things here that just aren't the same. And again, he always feels faster than almost every other player. One of the more interesting ones has been Jack Eichel, because throughout the year, his X Factor card has been incredible. It has been one of the best. Not that his card normally isn't very good, but there was something about his X Factor card that just felt awesome. So if you go and look at his skating style, it's super ugly. And I really don't think that he skates like this, but he's awfully upright, and hey, it's far different than every other skater. He's got hustle style 3, and then everything else is far different, but he is one of the 4. And then lastly is our Temi Paneran. Again, this is a card I have not used a lot because I've never liked our Temi Panaran's build. So this is one I personally have not tried this year. But again, I want to point this out that he is one of the 4 players that we were able to find that has this skating style. And again, this is far different than every other player. If you want to go back and take a look, what's stunning to me is that EA, obviously, for them to go in and give custom skating strides to every player would just be an insane undertaking, and I would never expect them to do this, to be honest with you. Would I like to see it? Yeah, I think it would be an amazing detail if they actually put in the real skating styles. But what's so odd to me is that why do these 4 players have it and no one else does? That's what's so odd. You see Adam Fox here, nothing. He won the Norris, so it's not like he's just a one-off player, like a 3rd or 4th liner. He doesn't have a custom skating stride. So what I'm going to do over the next little while is pay attention to these 4 players, and I'm going to see if I do notice them skating a little bit better, because obviously it is far different than all of the other players, at least among NHLers. Now, what we didn't do, guys, is go ahead and look at all of the European players, because there might be some European players. I have no idea EA's rhyme or reason for this. It doesn't make any sense why they would give these 4. It's like they started doing it and then just bailed out. I don't know what it is, but I wanted you guys to pay attention to this and have this information. And again, it's something interesting to pay attention to over the next little while, because, obviously Hockey Ultimate Team is getting to the end point of the game, and there just isn't a lot to do. So this might be something that might be fun to look at and pay attention to. So I thought that it would be a fun little experiment. So guys, what I did was I just went into practice mode and went to 1v1, and just did it with all 4 of the guys. So I'll go ahead and show you what their strides actually look like. Nathan McKinnon's one is the most interesting, and the reason for it is I don't know why, but his right hand, just when he's carrying the puck or hustling with it, he like shoves it off. And what I've noticed is if you go in close enough, he'll actually hold off players, even if you're not holding down X to actually protect the puck. It's just exceptionally good at it, and it's all because of his stride, it looks like. Taking a look at Jack Eichel, same kind of situation. You notice the right hand just swings a lot more than all of the generic skating styles. And then I tried it as well with Dadonov, who's only got 2 less speed, and he wasn't able to get by the defender here. And when you take a look at his skating style, which is the generic one, you notice that hand, it just stays in awfully tight, and I don't know if that impacts it. Here's Connor McDavid. Again, you see that swing. That I don't know what it is, but it is the only big difference in the skating styles. And then lastly, we've got our Temi Paneran. And again, these guys are the only ones that are all different than every other player. So what I would do is if you have Nathan McKinnon still, give him a shot and just see if you notice it. Pay attention now towards it. If you haven't tried our Temi Paneran, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. I have Panarin's X Factor, actually. I've never used it. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it and just see. Again, it might be different this year. There might be something about it, but I want you guys to let me know in the comments section, do you guys think that this is actually something to pay attention to, or does it really not matter in the grand scheme of things? Again, I don't know why it's these 4 players. Again, I'm going to go and do a thorough look through the European leagues because there are so many European cards, and some of them are really good values. Maybe some of them have custom skating strides. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.